We live.
We live.
Yep.
Yay.
Hey, you guys.
It's Cooking with Camille and Jewel today.
Cooking with Jewel. Not Camille. Cooking with Jewel.
Oh, gosh. I know, right?
Yo. Okay, so I think we had a little Wi-Fi, but waiting for some people to jump on here and chat with us.
Yes.
We're
definitely going to be talking about money.
Yes.
Let's be clear. So
Money.
I'm playing around. I am going to be doing a little cooking, but you definitely want to in on the conversation.
BYOB.
Yeah.
Be your own bank.
You got to tell them what that even is.
This is your bank. Yeah, we'll tell you about it later. Y'all hang out. So go ahead and tag somebody. Go ahead and join in. I was over here with my money mentor today, Dr. Jewel Tanker. We've been working on some money moves.
Money moves.
Major money moves.
And this is a spinach.
Has nothing to do with anything at this point. Has nothing.
Eating healthy is important.
Yes.
Hi, Brookie.
Hey, Brooke. Hey, Brooke.
How you different?
So we were here like for real doing some money transactions, and we were dealing with some crypto.
Some big money transactions.
Major money transactions.
Yeah,
and we were dealing with some crypto, right? So I was like, Dr. Jewel, we need to go live because it's so many people who have been sitting back watching, but not really positioning themselves. And I'm just super grateful because 5 years ago, 2 days ago,
I know,
Dr. Jewel shared this opportunity with me. And for me, it was like, because she's a millionaire, because I desire to be a millionaire, I'm going to do what she does. I didn't understand everything, but me positioning myself was one of the best decisions of my life that I could have ever made. It was like total game changer for me. And so I say that to say for people who are watching, for people who see what's going on, and I want you to pay attention to those financial indicators. So just like the topic of this live, it says, do you have your crypto portfolio set up? Because the reality is this, and many of you all have heard of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You've heard of the cash flow quadrant. You've heard about all the things to where it's 4 different ways that cash flow happens. It's 4 different ways that people make money. And so the goal that Dr. Jewel had for me and every person connected to her is for us to position ourselves on the right side of the quadrant. What does that mean? Being on the right side of the quadrant means that you are now putting people and money to work for you. You are positioning yourself to employ your money. You're positioning yourself to have systems and people working on your behalf. So now you're able to create passive income. A lot of times we are conditioned to, and we enjoy, well, I ain't gonna say enjoy, but we've been conditioned to active income, which means if we don't show up to make money, then we don't get paid. But ultimately, the reality is we need to leverage our jobs and the ways that those active ways of income as a way to employ our money to create passive income. And so at the end of the day, you hear us talk about money a lot. It's not about the money, but it's about the freedom that the money brings.
Yeah.
It's
the options. It's the options. And one of my main goals is so funny. Me and Brookie were just having a money conversation. That's my oldest, beautiful daughter. But really, because my whole thing is I want for people to change their mindset from, okay, I want to make more income, which I definitely want you to increase your income, but I definitely want the mindset to be, let me put myself in a position to live off of interest. Mm-hmm. So in other words, if you make $2,000 in a month, I don't want you to take that entire $2,000 and pay on bills. I'm saying let's take $200, which is a tithe, pay your offering, then pay yourself another at least 10%. That's the goal. Everything that comes into your hand, you want to tell yourself, after I pay God, I have to pay myself. Because it might take you 20, 30 years to get out of debt. I don't know. But if you start thinking, as this money is coming in, I'm going to pay God, then I'm going to pay myself. I promise you, you'll get to the point where you will outrun the interest. In other words, your interest will outrun your income. Mm-hmm. That's real freedom. So that if I decided that I wanted to stop working today, if you decided that you wanted to stop working today, the question is, could you work or could you not work and still all your bills be paid and still have more than enough? That should be like the end goal. And see, years ago, it would take them 20, 30 years to become a millionaire, literally in this cryptocurrency space, because crypto is tech. It's basically, you can say it like technology money. That's really what it is. So what's happened is that the speed of money has sped up so fast that you literally can become very wealthy within 12 months, 24 months. But you got to ask questions. Most people are not inquisitive enough. Most people don't ask enough questions. They're going out of what they know, what they see, what they've heard. Forget that. You got to be like, let me stay a student and let me reach out. And so I want to encourage you guys right now to reach out to Camille. DM her if you're watching this. Where you want them to DM you on your Instagram?
You could DM me Facebook, IG. I posted my number in the message that, you know, I'm ready to plug in. But this is the part I want you to understand on top of what Dr. Jewel is talking about. You know, there are over 7,800 cryptocurrencies on the market. I'm pretty sure many of you all have been tuning in. Many of you all have seen all the things that are happening globally. These are financial cues that you should be paying attention to. So when you see an Elon Musk buy Bitcoin, when you see that Tesla now accepts Bitcoin as a form of payment, when you see an NFL player receive half of his $13 million salary in Bitcoin, only for that to double on him, making him the highest paid NFL player, these are financial cues and indicators that you should be paying attention to.
Oh, let me add this. Mark Cuban.
What'd he do?
Mark Cuban just said that he would pay his players 7 days earlier than want to receive cryptocurrency as their form of payment. That's another huge wealth magnet. He's a huge tycoon. You guys know he's all about the wealth. And then when you start seeing, so basically what is he trying to do? He's trying to encourage the players to get involved in the cryptocurrency space by rewarding them, saying I'm paying early in Bitcoin if it 7 days early opposed to cash. So all that is what you call wealth indicators, right?
Yep. And this is the thing that I need you to understand. Just because there are cryptos out there, just because you can jump onto a crypto exchange and see, oh, this coin is a penny, so let me buy this, or this coin is this. You see what I'm saying? It's deeper than that, because you can buy a coin that's less than a penny and still lose money. Why? Because you don't understand the project behind it. You don't understand the technology behind it. You don't understand what the forethought is of what is to come. And so sometimes people make coins just because they can make coins, because literally all of us on here can go make a cryptocurrency coin if we wanted to, right? But it's about being positioned and plugging into mentorship and plugging into people that this is their space, that this is what they do, so that you can now be a student. Just like when we went to college to get those degrees, we plugged into a university and paid them money so that they could teach us how to be a nurse, to teach us how to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, and so forth and so forth. So just like in this cryptocurrency space, you need to position yourself to be a student. And that's why I'm so grateful for the space that I'm in, to be able to be a student every single day. You know, and like even Dr. Jewel here, like she's living the life. Y'all see this dope kitchen that I'm standing in? The kitchen is fire. So it'd be like, what else you need? But she understands the space that we're in, and it's all about continually to position ourselves to always position, you know, to learn. When you get to the point where you feel like you don't have to learn anything, you're going to be stagnant. You always have to position yourself to learn something new.
You got to forever be a student. If you don't, I was talking to Nicole the other day, my publicist, and she said, how do you want to position yourself? Do you want to position yourself as a cryptocurrency expert? I said, no, as a master's student, because everything is changing. And sometimes some of you guys are not asking enough questions. You need to be asking more, what should I do here? What about this? What about that? What about this? What about this? Like you gotta become like so obsessed with getting the right information, not all information, but the right information, because the right information can position you to change your life forever. So anybody that knows me, I'm super inquisitive. I ask a lot of questions. But you know what? It's how we learn.
Right.
When you stop asking questions, then you're about to start turning into antiquated, old, don't know nothing, don't understand nothing, don't want to know nothing. You should be like a kid when it comes to that. So this platform that we're going to connect you to is a platform that has put us in a very, very good position. You're going to have access to the same platform. You're going to be able to ask the questions. You're going to be able to get the answers you need. You're going to get somebody to be able to kind of walk you through and say, hey, turn left here, turn right here. Billionaire Michael Saylor, who owns MicroStrategy, who started saving Bitcoin several years ago, he said in an interview that just made such an impact on me. He said, I am betting on the fact that they're not going to learn this.
And you know, the crazy part, I love what Dr. Jewel just said. She said, she wanted to be known as a master student. A lot of times, because people want to position themselves for wealth and money, that you want to skip the learning process. It's very important that a house will crumble without a solid foundation. So even in getting to a space like this, some people are looking to become millionaires by tomorrow. But the reality is you have to position yourself to be a master student so that you can not only create wealth, but actually keep it, right? And so that's why I'm super, super grateful, for Dr. Jewel. And one of the things that once you, decide, hey, I'm ready to start my crypto portfolio, we're going to actually show you how to become your own bank. This right here that I'm holding in my hand, it is called a ledger. It's a nano ledger. Any cryptocurrencies and things that you own, you literally can put them on this ledger. No one can access this but you, as long as you keep your security keys secure. So this is a way for you to be your own bank. So if you have $1,000 in crypto, $200, $100,000, whatever, 10,000. 100,000, whatever, you're able to secure it and your money is here. You see what I'm saying? And so it's really about positioning yourself for long-term generational wealth through education, wealth, knowledge, mentorship, and so forth. And many people, like I said, have started crypto portfolios, but they don't know what they're doing. I'm literally helping someone right now. And she was like, I just saw this stuff. So I heard this. So I bought this. I don't know why I bought it. You don't want to go in blindly just throwing your money around. You want to have an opportunity to, make an educated move where your money is concerned. Because with technology and things evolving so much now, you're able to, if you're willing to take advantage of it, is to position yourself to create the legacy for your family that you want to create at your own hands. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we're used to going to an Edward Jones to get in the stock market or do this and do that without understanding and knowing what to do. But now you have an opportunity to learn a skill set and position yourself with education that nobody else can take from you. I have a bachelor's degree, I have a master's degree, but those degrees I can't pass down to my children. I can't pass those down to anybody else. And I was literally just on another live on IG with Dr. Jewel, and we were literally talking about the fact that, going to school, they teach it. We're programmed to think a certain way. They'll teach us about stocks, but they won't teach you about foreign exchange. They won't teach you about cryptocurrency. Why? Because that is not in the plan that they wanted to create for us. So sometimes you have to get rid of the formal education. I'm grateful for my formal education, but my formal education only positioned me to go so far. And so for me to even go further, I had to be willing to learn something outside the box of what they actually taught me. Right. So you have to be willing to take those steps. And just the same amount of time that I was willing to give 4 to 6 years to all this schooling to not make money, but to be a master student in this space, because a lot of money can be made, people get blinded by the money that they forget about the education and just want to rush things. But we have to be willing to position ourselves at the end of the day to be those master students so that we can create generational wealth, not just for our kids and our grandkids, but think about 15 generations deep. What can you create so that you can be still taking care of 15 generations after you're gone, right? And so that's really the whole premise of, everything that we're talking about, all the things that we promote, all the things that we do, even with my great grandparents, they did a lot of major things, in their time, but it wasn't nothing that could set us up for continuation. And so I was just determined that when I have kids in a family, that it's going to be a different setup for them. To be able to be firsthand with my mentor and seeing the legacies that she's created is like game changer. Like, yo, I'm about to do everything she do. I don't understand it all, but I will just jump in there and figure it out as I go. And that's the mindset you have to have. And one of the things that Zoe said on our other live, he talked about when you go to college, because the reality is a lot of us are on the left side of the quadrant where we're making money as employees or self-employed. But at the end of the day, a lot of people want to be on the right side of money, meaning passive income, which means you don't have to show up to actually make money. You have systems, people, and money working on your behalf. That's where true freedom and options come into play. And then many people will be like, well, I'm going to go to school for business. but then you're going to school for business and you're learning from an employee. You know what I'm saying? You're taking you're getting a degree in business from employees. So it's like, I ain't never think about that till he said it today. And it's like, man, that's true. You know, because when you run your own business, it looks completely different. You're not getting a paycheck every month, every 2 weeks, every week. You see what I'm saying? It looks different.
It does look different. I'm thinking even all morning we just ended up working in the kitchen. Sometimes I work in the back, outdoor living space. Sometimes I work up in my office. Sometimes I work in the bed. Like, it's not traditional. But I made major moves in the kitchen.
Major.
You know what I mean? Thank you, Lord. So what am I saying is that this whole space it really, really, I'm telling you, it will bless your life. And you could not have a better person to work with. When I tell you Camille is about her business, like this is ministry for her, right? Full time with this. And so we're really serious. This is not just something where, sometimes you see people, it's what they're trying to become. Like, this is really what we are. This is really what we do. And so I just want to encourage you that have been watching, don't watch anymore, because we're already into the second quarter. Oh my gosh, of 2021.
Wait, I just got to say this though.
Yeah, please.
Check this out.
Because I'm going to eat this.
Literally a year ago, Bitcoin was sitting at right around $5,000, $6,000. Bitcoin has basically 10x in 12 months. So this is why I say it's extremely important. It's extremely, extremely important that when you hear something that bears witness, move and figure the rest out later. Get in position. Someone messaged me a couple of days ago and said, Camille, when you first shared this with me, Bitcoin was sitting at $1,500. I wish I would have moved when you said so. Just because Bitcoin's sitting around 50, 60,000 does not mean that the window is closed. However, it means that it's time for you to get in position so that you could be on the rest of the move as it continues. So you have to have those conversations with yourself, because a lot of times what really don't have no conversation with yourself or nobody else that you're not trying to switch bank accounts with, because you will talk yourself out of it. People will talk you out of it because it's unfamiliar to them. So a lot of times, like when Dr. shared this with me, like pretty much in the last 9 years, everything that she done shared with me, I just did it. I was like, okay, let's do it. All right, let's do it. And I've seen, been blessed to see results from it because I didn't allow analysis paralysis to get in the way. A lot of times we've been praying for answers and we've been believing for stuff. Then when the answer comes, because it doesn't look the way that you thought it was going to look, you say you have to go pray. You really ain't got to pray. Your answer's already there.
Yep.
And a lot of times there's a window for you to move. And if you don't move in that window, you miss it. So I don't want that to be any of you all tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Like, really position yourself. Go in. If you're scared, go scared. If you uncertain, go in uncertain. But even in moving in a fear or uncertainty, go in with the mindset that I'm going to learn something new that's going to create legacy for my family. That's really what you want at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? So I just know we're just seeing so many people win, so many people flourish. People who were homeless before.
Yeah.
They decided, hey, I'm ready to learn something new because what I did right didn't work. I went to college, got my degrees, got jobs to only make $35,000 a year with 6 figures in student loan debt. Graduated with a 3.8 GPA. For my job to tell me you were $14.12 an hour. Like, I had to step out and create, like, they tell you your salary, but you determine your income. It's up to you to determine your income. But what are you willing to create that income? And you have to get in your mind that I'm willing to do what most people won't do so I can live a life that most people can't live.
That's so good. I want to say this too. And I pray this over all of us now, that we would be super sensitive to divine opportunities and that we would be sensitive to divine access. When the reason most people, not all, but most, feel like they should be further in life It's because when the opportunity came, they didn't seize it. See, it's powerful when you get a mindset of seizing. When you think, I got to seize it, I got to seize it, I got to take it, I got to be aggressively go after it. That's the missing element. If you could get in your mind, I'm hearing this divine opportunity right now from Camille. She pouring her heart out. Jewel coming in and out when she ain't eating and cooking. Right? And if you say, I got to seize this moment, that's a lot of lives on social media. But there are some lives that are literally divine opportunities. And if you would start seeing that, you would be able to capture what you need to capture, get where you need to get, and get where you need to go. Same thing with access. When you get divine access to revelation knowledge, to understanding, to wisdom, to wealth knowledge, and you say, I'm going to honor this access by moving forward. You honor access by your decisions.
Yeah.
That's how you honor access. You say, I honor such and such. Not if you don't make the right decision to move towards the access. Everybody doesn't have access because everybody don't know how to honor access and they don't know how to treat access. When you got access, you got everything you need.
Right.
I'm up today because of wealth mentors and spiritual parents in my life that I honored, that I took advantage, and I still take advantage, and I still seize opportunities and moments when they ask me to show up, or they ask me try this, or they ask me and I moved into it. It's always brought great gain. It's never ever, I've never been like at a loss. Even if it looked like I might have been at that moment, if you keep honoring the opportunity and you keep honoring the access, you definitely profit. You'll profit more than what you ever dreamed about, more than what you could have did working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. If you would have just been willing to say, let me honor this opportunity, let me take advantage of the access that I have, let me ask the questions and let me move forward. So I want to encourage you guys right now, make the decision. While you listening right now, you should be hitting her up in her messenger, DMing her right now saying, let me make the decision. Let me take advantage of this, because what I'm not going to do is leave 2021 in the same position I'm in now. And maybe your position is good.
Yeah.
I consider my position to be good, but I have no interest in reliving what I already lived last year. I have no interest in reliving the first 3 months. I'm looking for advancement. I'm looking for acceleration. I'm looking to go further, faster, stronger, greater. So if that's you, then that means that you've been called to this tribe. Everybody got a tribe. If you get with your tribe, it's going to always take you to wealth. Okay? So let's get it.
Let's get it. So
I'm get this bacon out.
So as we get ready to wrap, you guys, I just really want to encourage you, regardless of where you are, whether you're an employee, a self-employed person, a business owner, we all need to be positioning ourselves to put our money to work for us. And that's really what's happening in this cryptocurrency space. So as Dr. mentioned, you could DM me. If you're on my live, I put my number. You could text me and say, I'm in, what's next? If you're on YouTube, you can email me, tradewithcamille@gmail.com. Hit Dr. Jewel up, raisethebar2020.com if you're on her page. However, just get in contact with one of us, because we want to see you all at the end of the day. And I mean, they say it's lonely at the top, but we ain't at the top by ourselves, but we trying to bring y'all on up there with us, like
That's
for real. So we're excited. Let's get it. Let's go. We'll see you on the other side of money. Let's make it a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Make major impact.
Now.
Let's go. Right now.
Let's go.
Right now.
I got bars.
Right now.
You didn't know it.
Didn't know.
You didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
Let's go.
Peace out.